Carlos Ghosn sits in a Tokyo detention center in November 2018, and Nissan executives are already planning their next crisis. The man who saved the company from bankruptcy 20 years earlier now faces charges of financial misconduct, but the real scandal isn't what he allegedly stole. It's what his arrest revealed about Nissan's true financial state. Years later, that revelation has contributed to significant financial challenges for Nissan. Meet Makoto Uchida, Nissan CEO since December 2019, who inherited a company facing severe financial difficulties. Picture him in Nissan's Yokohama headquarters, announcing numbers that would make even Detroit's darkest bankruptcy days look manageable. The company has faced substantial losses, with operating margins under pressure. These aren't accounting tricks or one-time charges. This is a company struggling with profitability. Hiroto Saikawa, Uchida's predecessor who orchestrated Ghosn's downfall, promised investors that removing the controversial executive would unlock Nissan's true potential. Instead, the company has faced financial challenges in recent years. The Yokohama boardroom where Saikawa celebrated Ghosn's removal now hosts emergency meetings about which factories to close and which employees to terminate. But here's where the story takes its first shocking turn. Nissan's crisis isn't just about mismanagement or the loss of a charismatic leader. The company's internal documents, revealed during recent investor calls, show that Nissan has been losing market share in every major region simultaneously. In China, their largest market, sales dropped significantly. In the United States, their second largest market, deliveries fell year over year. Even in Japan, where the company enjoys home field advantage, Nissan's market share has faced challenges. The second revelation cuts even deeper. Nissan's alliance with Renault, once hailed as the blueprint for global automotive partnerships, has become a financial anchor dragging both companies underwater. But the real betrayal came from an unexpected source. Renault CEO Luca De Meo, who became CEO in 2020, has not announced a reduction of Renault's stake in Nissan to 15%. Here's the twist that shocked industry insiders. The alliance that once sold 10.8 million vehicles annually now faces significant challenges. The world's largest automotive group had secretly become its most expensive failure. The third and most devastating revelation emerged from Nissan's supplier network. Major component manufacturers have expressed concerns about Nissan's order volumes. When your suppliers start treating you like a distressed customer, bankruptcy discussions aren't theoretical anymore. December 23, 2024 marks a significant moment. Toshihiro Mibe, Honda's president and CEO, receives a call from Makoto Uchida that will either save or destroy both companies. But here's what makes this conversation unprecedented: Mibe already knows Nissan is calling. His intelligence network has been tracking Nissan's cash burn for months, and Honda's board has been secretly preparing for this exact moment. The conversation takes place at 3:47 p.m. Japan time in Mibe's corner office, but Uchida doesn't realize he's walking into a trap. Mibe's response to the merger proposal reveals Honda's true strategy: they don't want to save Nissan. They want to strip mine it. The irony burns like acid. Honda and Nissan have been rivals since 1948, when Soichiro Honda founded his motorcycle company just 11 years after Nissan began automobile production. These companies have spent decades competing for the same customers, the same suppliers, and the same engineering talent. Now Nissan, which once mocked Honda's late entry into automotive manufacturing, is seeking assistance from its competitor. But Mibe recognizes an opportunity disguised as desperation. Honda's own struggles with electric vehicle development have left the company vulnerable to Chinese competitors like BYD and Tesla's continued dominance. A merged Honda-Nissan entity would control significant annual vehicle sales, enough scale to compete with Toyota and Volkswagen. More importantly, the combination would merge Honda's hybrid expertise with Nissan's electric vehicle technology, potentially creating Japan's strongest answer to Chinese EV manufacturers. The human cost of this corporate chess match reveals itself in Nissan's manufacturing facilities across Japan. The Kyushu plant in Fukuoka, which employs a significant number of workers, received termination notices for many employees. Kenji Yamamoto, a 34-year-old assembly line worker with 12 years at Nissan, told Reuters that security guards escorted terminated employees from the factory floor immediately after the announcement. "They treated us like criminals," Yamamoto said, for the crime of believing Nissan would honor its employment commitments. The Barcelona plant closure affects another large number of workers, while facilities in Canton, Mississippi and Smyrna, Tennessee face rightsizing that's corporate speak for mass layoffs. Nissan's global workforce, which peaked at 249,000 employees in 2018, will shrink significantly by March 2025. Each terminated worker represents a family disrupted, a mortgage threatened, and a community economic engine removed. Industry analysts who've studied automotive consolidation patterns warn that even a successful Honda-Nissan merger faces enormous integration challenges. Ferdinand Dudenhofer, director of the Center for Automotive Research in Duisburg, Germany, points to the Daimler-Chrysler disaster of 1998 as a cautionary tale. Cultural integration failures destroyed $36 billion in shareholder value, Dudenhofer told Automotive News Europe. Honda and Nissan have fundamentally different engineering philosophies and corporate cultures. The broader implications extend far beyond Japan's automotive industry. China's BYD sold 3.02 million vehicles in 2023, surpassing Nissan's 2.9 million for the first time in automotive history. Tesla's global deliveries reached 1.81 million vehicles, with profit margins that would make traditional automakers weep. Meanwhile, Nissan's operating margin has faced challenges, burning cash while competitors accumulate war chests for the electric vehicle transition. You're witnessing the collapse of one of Japan's most iconic companies in real time. This isn't just corporate restructuring or cyclical downturn. This is automotive murder, the systematic execution of a company that once made Toyota executives lose sleep at night. But here's what makes this collapse truly sinister: Nissan didn't just lose money, they lost their soul. The engineers who created the legendary Datsun 240Z? Their legacy is remembered, but they are not active employees. The team behind the revolutionary Nissan Leaf that embarrassed Tesla's early models? Their contributions are acknowledged. Even the GTR development unit, the group that built the supercar Jeremy Clarkson called a mechanical deity, continues its work. The Honda-Nissan merger isn't creating a champion. It's organizing a funeral for Japan's most innovative automaker, and Chinese manufacturers and American tech companies. Success would forge a combined entity with significant annual revenue and the engineering resources to develop next-generation electric powertrains. Failure means watching Nissan join Saab, Saturn, and Pontiac in the automotive graveyard, while Honda faces Chinese competition alone. But here's the question that should keep every automotive executive awake at night: if a company that survived the 2008 financial crisis, the 2011 tsunami, and decades of trade wars can collapse this spectacularly, which traditional automaker will be next?